Hey, good afternoon, Nighthawks. Dr. H here. Welcome to Health 3100, Introduction to Health Informatics. Um, your book. Make sure this is what you have. Also, you'll need a subscription this semester to EHR Go. We have a couple of assignments, and you'll use this in the future in some of your health courses as well. Um, So let's get into it. What is health informatics? Health informatics is the discipline focused on the acquisition, storage, retrieval, and use of information in healthcare. Simply put, it's about using technology and data to improve healthcare and the delivery of patient outcomes. Some of the key definitions from this first module is health informatics. It is the interdisciplinary study of the design, development, adoption, and application of IT-based innovations in healthcare service delivery, management, and planning. Some of the reasons that health informatics matters is improve patient care. Access to complete and accurate patient information enables us to give better clinical decisions, efficiency. We reduce duplication of tests, paperwork, administrative burden, and cost to the patient, which leads us into cost reduction. With better coordination of care, it leads to fewer errors and waste. Research advancement is number four. Aggregated healthcare data drives medical discoveries. We learn more every day through aggregated healthcare data. Patient empowerment. It provides tools for the patients to participate in their own healthcare. And we find that when patients are involved in their own healthcare, it's delivered more efficiently, more accessibly, and we have a lower recidivism rate, in which patients don't have to come back to the doctor as often because we have a healthier patient. Now, as far as historically speaking, health informatics didn't emerge overnight. From the 1960s up into the 1970s, the first hospital information system appeared. We saw somewhere between the 80s and 90s the rise of electronic medical records in individual practices. And then in 2000, HIPAA legislation standardized data privacy requirements. In 2009, the HITECH Act provided financial incentives for EHR adoptions. And then in 2010s up through today, the integration of AI, mobile health, and interoperability focuses have been on the rise, and I think will be a part of healthcare from here on out. Some core components of health informatics, the electronic health records, the digital version of a patient chart. This is something that we are going to deal with. It is part of who we are, and it is a part of healthcare, uh, and it's here to stay. The clinical decision support system is a tool that helps clinicians make decisions. Health information, I can't talk today. Health information exchange is the sharing of health data across multiple organizations. Consumer health informatics is the patient-facing technologies. Telemedicine, remote healthcare delivery, which since COVID-19 has been on a meteoric rise, and rightfully so. And then data analytics, using healthcare data to identify patterns and trends. And this is something as a health informatic that you're going to be very involved with. Some of the roles that come along in health informatics is who works in this field. It's a very diverse range of professionals. Clinical informatics, which would be your nurses, physicians, with informatics training, health information managers, data analytics and science, software developers and engineers, privacy and security experts, just to name a few of the roles that are involved when it comes to health informatics. There are a lot of challenges when it comes to health informatics. Some of these current challenges interoperability, the different systems that often cannot talk to each other. No different than somebody using an Apple and trying to run and write programming for someone on using a Microsoft product. Something to that effect. Data quality, ensuring information is accurate and complete, that there's not missing or outliers in as part of the data that we're looking at, privacy and security, protecting sensitive health information, user adoption, overcoming resistance to new technologies, and health equity, ensuring technology benefits all populations equally, regardless of their socioeconomic status. The future of health informatics, looking ahead, I think we can expect a greater use of AI and machine learning, the expansion of remote monitoring through IoT devices, more personalized medicine based on genomic data, and an enhanced patient engagement through mobile applications, iPads and phones. We were able to reach patients now, our nurses and doctors, that they weren't able to before, whether it be because they didn't have the transportation, it wasn't affordable, or what have you. This is really opening the door for a lot of our stakeholders. Why this course matters to you? As future health professionals, understanding informatics will be essential because you'll use these systems daily in clinical practice. You may be involved in selecting or implementing new technologies. You will definitely need to interpret data from these systems and understand the limitations and capabilities that will make you more effective. You can help shape how these technologies evolve. And this is just some of the things that you're going to take away from chapter one. One of the things I do want you to look at when it comes to chapter one, on page 6 of your book, the DIKW paradigm, and it goes on for 3 or 4 pages. I really want you to learn and understand this. There's a big takeaway, or this is something that you're going to use from here on out concerning as far as what you are as a health informatics. Chapter 2, we're going to look at the introduction to information science and information systems. And this is going to include acquisition, uh, computer science, electronic health records. And what exactly is an electronic health record? Well, I'm glad you asked. An electronic health record is a digital version of a patient's medical history, but it's a lot more than just a computerized version of a paper chart. It's comprehensive patient health information. It's real-time patient-centered records. It's available instantly and securely to authorized users, and support for clinical decisions and workflows can be taken from EHR. Core components of EHR are some of the things that we can look at, or some of the things that EHR may include. Um, Patient demographics, medical history, medications and allergies, immunization records, laboratory and radiology results, vital signs, progress notes. There are so many core components of EHR that's going to be such a huge benefit. And I'm looking in your book right now, and give me one moment. I should have already had this, but I don't. Well, I'll come back to this. Let's talk about some of the benefits of EHR. Uh, for the providers, improve patient care through better information, enhance clinical decision making, reduce medical errors. For the patients, it allows them to become more engaged in their own care, improve communications with their providers, and access to their own health information. There's a lot of patients, and you'll find this throughout life, that they just maybe they can't remember exactly the diagnosis, or they can't remember the exact drug. Well, now that they have access to their electronic health records, these are things that they can pull up rather easily. For the healthcare system, shared records, enhanced quality measurements, more efficient utilization, better research capabilities, and a huge reduction in overall cost. You'll find some of this information in your book on pages 27. Excuse me, I just told you a story. Page 25 through 27. You're going to find a lot of information on electronic healthcare records and the benefits. You're also on page 24. You're going to see in information science and the foundation of knowledge. It's very, very important that you learn these pages for your upcoming quiz. Hint, hint. And in that way, um, we can start building on this foundation moving forward in future modules and future courses. Something else to keep in mind, thought just occurred to me when it comes to EHR, patient portals. Uh, Patient portals are so important when it comes to EHR. This allows a patient to feel involved in with their diagnosis, with their medical history, with their health care in general, because they have access to health records and test results. They secure messaging with the providers and allows them to communicate with the provider without actually having to go into the office or without actually having to pay that copay. Scheduling is made easier, refill of medications, and bill payment options. And a lot of doctors' offices now are offering educational materials through their patient portals. And so, when we're thinking about electronic health records, which you're going to find a lot of in chapter 2 of your module, you're going to find a lot of information in systems and a lot of electronic health record information. And something to think about, electronic health records, they have without question transformed, healthcare delivery, despite their challenges in the beginning. As future health professionals, your understanding of these systems, their capabilities, limitations, and optimal use will be crucial for providing high quality care, efficient care, and importantly, equal care, regardless of social economic status. Um, these are something to think about. Moving into chapter 3, computer science and the foundation of knowledge model. Very important. You're going to see a lot of this, and we provide a video actually under optional videos that'll discuss this, and then you'll see it also on page 33 and 34 of your book. Um, in this health informatics, we're going to we'll discuss health information exchange and interoperability, computer components, input outputs of the computer, the different types of computers. We'll touch a little bit on health information exchange. Um, Critical health information being instantly available is one of the most effective items that comes to mind when we discuss health information exchange and why it matters. Um, I'm looking through your book as we speak. There's a picture on page 37 that I really want you to learn, and it discusses the outputs and inputs. And I know this sounds simple, but I want you to sound knowledgeable. Excuse me. I want you to sound knowledgeable when speaking to anyone in uh, in the health field or in the computer science field. And it seems simple, but you need to know what your output options are. The monitor, the printer, speakers, um, data from the printer. You'll need to know what some of those input options are, the keyboard, the mouse, the microphone. You'll need to know what a processor is and what RAM is. And these are all found on in your book on page 37. And so it's super important. And then after that, for the next few pages, you'll see that it's just going over the different aspects of computers, what they do, word processing, spreadsheets, presentations. And these are all things that you are going to also learn and use throughout this program. Um, as I'm looking through here, the future of health informatics. Um, Some of the things that I want you to take away and learn is wearable technology, handheld devices. When we look at the future of health information, health informatics, health technology, you think about now compared to even 30 years ago, we can hold in our hands something more powerful than a large desktop was just 30 years ago. Where's it going to be in 30 years? Uh, when you're deep into the health informatics field and you're running an organization, these are just some of the things to think about. Now we have voice activated communicators. We have wearables that tell us our sugar levels, our blood pressure, our heartbeat. Um, we have virtual reality, which can help us tremendously when it comes to health informatics. Um, Helps us. in front of the doctor in a doctor-patient profile. It can help with the training of healthcare providers. So I just really want to touch over a few things for that you're going to run into in these first three chapters. Let's see, with this module, let me take a look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? In this module, we're going to cover the three chapters, chapters 1 through 3. And then you have a couple of assignments due for module 1. In module 1, you have a discussion. You have an open book assignment that covers chapters 1 through 3, and it's due at Sunday at noon, May 25th. Sunday, May 25th. Um, and then your discussion post in your own words is, what is the future importance of health professionals in an ever-changing healthcare field? What does health informatics mean to you? Your initial post will be due by Thursday. It'll be a minimum of 300 original words. You'll need 2 replies completed by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. of each of 250 original words. Now you can reply to someone who has replied to you. So you reply to someone's post and they can reply to that reply. Or if someone's replied to your post, you can reply to that reply. That can be one of your 2 replies. Now make sure with your word count, it is original words. So that's not going to include citations. It's not going to include references. That's not going to include quotes. Those are your words. So we can see what it is that you're learning and what your takeaway is from the material. So with that being said, you are responsible for reading chapters 1 through 3 and looking at your book. Chapter 1 starts, as you guessed, page 1 does. And chapter 3 is going to end on page 58. So you have pages 1 through page 58 of chapters 1 through 3. There's a lot of pictures, not a lot of words, so you'll be okay, I promise. And so just to give you an idea, that is what's required this week. Your open book assignment, it'll be due at noon. Remember, all your quizzes and exams are due at noon. So with the open books, you can use your notes. You can use your book. You can't use someone else, um, but you can use your notes in your book. For your quizzes, your midterm, and your final, there are no open books, no notes. It is strictly everything that's up here, but don't worry, you're going to do great. Everyone that came before you has done great. You're going to do great. If you have any questions, always reach out. I'm always here. I hope this has helped a little bit. Along with your PowerPoints, your optional videos, and a video that we provided on the DIKW paradigm, I think you'll be set for this first module. Have a great afternoon. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Bye, everyone.